cannot wait to step into the octagon against Islam Makhachev and beat him, because there will be no doubt that I have done it against the best. To be the best, you have to beat the best. And my next opponent right now is regarded by everyone in the world as the #1 ranked pound for pound fighter on the planet. Make no excuses. There will be no doubt. After the fight, I just want it to be known that Ian Garry is great.
I love the compelling nature of what you're telling us, but can I take you back to further in the process?
Take me wherever you want to go.
Well, I'm interested in that period where you engage in what could defeat me? What are the things that could kill me here? And I'm interested in how you manage that process, because that must evoke emotions of sort of wariness, fear, maybe a little bit of hesitancy.
Frustration.
So,
Yeah, trying to unlock the keys to solve what I believe to be his kryptonite as such.
But they're all comfortable emotions, and I'm interested in how you handle that process to get to where you are now, where you've got this compelling confidence that you know you have the keys to the puzzle.
The life I live is ruthless. The sport I'm in takes no prisoners. Like, it's a bloody, beautiful, violent sport.
Yep.
And if you don't come in ready, then you get thrown to the sharks. Like, when the going gets tough, you either swim or you drown. And I feel like putting yourself in a position where you know mentally and physically you have felt that uncomfort gives you the ability to focus and fight.
Wrap it up. Just back to the UFC for a second. In your old division, or in your division of welterweight, Islam Makhachev takes on Ian Garry, right? I just want to know, from your perspective, do you think Ian Garry's got a shot here to win the belt?
Yeah, definitely. He has a shot, for sure. You know, even though he's a cuck and he sits in the corner of the room and watches his wife get dogged out by the nutritionist, he still has a shot, you know? There's no doubt about it. He's a long, lanky fighter. Islam's getting a little older. Who knows Islam's motivation anymore? You know, he wanted that big money matchup with Ilya, and now that matchup is gone and destroyed forever. So that matchup will never happen. So we just got to see what his motivation level is, you know, and you know, he's going to be a lot smaller than Ian. So, I mean, I think he inflicts his will, and, you know, he takes him down and makes it a boring fight. But, you know, definitely Ian can win. He has paths to victory on the feet, but we'll have to see what type of evolution he has in his wrestling.
As we all know, he's one of those guys that are at the pinnacle of this sport here. I talk with Javier all the time, and Islam and those guys are always doing great. So they're in great hands. Javier is the one who builds champions. He's a master at what he does. So he's always with those guys. He's always with Islam. And so I know they're in great hands. They're getting exactly what they need as far as the, you know, the fighting goes, the training goes, all that. So I see Islam just continuously doing what he's doing, and that's winning impressively. He's somebody who's mastered all aspects of it.
Ian does a very good job of controlling distance. Islam does a better job, I believe, of taking away distance. But you got a training camp, you got some time. Ian Garry, in theory, with that distance, in theory, he's right. If he can learn to keep you at the end of their punches. But I also find end of punches and controlling range to be lazy from guys that are trying to do what I do. I find end of punches, keeping range, I find this to be throwaway terms that fight analysts do. And the reason I say that, Dan Hooker is the only MMA guy I've ever seen that knows how to keep you at the end of punches and use range. And in the world of boxing, I got to go all the way back to the hitman Tommy Hearns. Like in theory, yes, in theory, if you can keep the guy's head out here at the end of your punch and you've got this distance, he can't get in and take you down, in theory. But one guy since 1993 has actually done it, Dan Hooker. One guy in boxing that I've witnessed, Tommy Hitman Hearns, who did most of his best work before I was born.
this fight for Islam Makhachev may be a lot harder than what people think. Given all of the accolades that Islam Makhachev has, it's easy to just dismiss Ian Garry and say, listen, he's got to just run right through him. Okay, you could send him to Dagestan or Georgia for 20 years and still forget all about it.
Send him 2-3 years Dagestan and forget.
Okay, because Islam Makhachev is the GOAT. He's going to take him down. The man's Irish. They don't wrestle in Ireland, for crying out loud. Well, guess what? He's a well-rounded mixed martial artist. He's 17-1. He had a very, very close fight with Shavkat Rakhmonov. Ended the fight threatening the rear naked choke. He beat the former champion, Bilal Muhammad, that wrestled the life out of Leon Edwards, okay? So this is a real fight. Before you start to think that this is just going to be one-way traffic, I'm telling you, this is going to be a lot. The record of Islam Makhachev is 28 wins and 1 loss with 18 stoppages. And of course, if he can get a hold of Ian Garry and take him down, yeah, it's probably going to be easy. Ian will struggle to get back to his feet, and I don't think he can match Islam in terms of jiu-jitsu or submission grappling, okay? But it's the style that Ian Garry has. It is the length and the reach that he has, and it is his ability to silence out the crowd and not give a damn if you people are booing. If everyone in the arena is throwing their popcorn and the drinks and going, boo, this is garbage, because all Ian Garry is doing is dancing around, popping the jab, throwing the right hand, using push kicks to keep Islam away, he won't care, because on paper or according to the judges, he's winning the fight, and his job is to win the fight and become the welterweight champion of the world. But of course, it ain't going to be easy. Islam's going to go forward. I'm just saying, Philadelphia, they've got to...
Before we wrap up, let's take a quick look at the UFC. A massive welterweight title fight is on the horizon as Islam Makhachev prepares to take on Ian Garry in one of the most anticipated matchups of the year. It's a fascinating clash between Makhachev's elite grappling and championship experience and Garry's speed, striking, and confidence. Many fans believe Garry has the tools to make the fight competitive, while others think Islam's well-rounded skill set will once again prove too much to overcome. Will Garry pull off the biggest win of his career and capture UFC gold, or will Makhachev continue his dominance at the top of the sport? Let me know your prediction in the comments below.
In this fight with Ian, what's the Kalshi trading market here? 72% for Islam Makhachev to win. Ian Garry just 28%. Do you like Ian's path to victory better than that? And if so, what do you think it would be?
I think it's a tough fight for Ian, but he's also a different type of test for Makhachev. I think the odds should be a little bit closer just because he's really tall. He's not afraid to have a boring fight. Like he will move on you nonstop. He's a little hard to take down. So if he keeps it standing, I think we got an exciting fight. So it's an interesting fight. I think it should be a little bit closer than that.
Even though some of the main events haven't been headlined by undisputed champions, the cards this year have been pretty good. Even when Volkanovski fought Diego Lopez, the fight that we didn't want to see again, the card was pretty good. We had Fiziev and Rufi on there, Benoit St. Denis versus Dan Hooker on there. You know, we've had some good cards, okay? But Makhachev versus Ian Garry, as good of a fight as this is, I mean, this is like a highly anticipated fight. Ian Garry is a extremely deserving contender. Makhachev, every single time he fights, it could be at this point his last fight. I mean, we don't know how it's going to go, but we know he's not going to stick around for 5 more fights. And also, every time he fights, he's just further solidifying his incredible legacy, which could be the best career of all time. Okay? Or at least the best career in the octagon of all time. The point is, Islam Makhachev and Ian Garry's a great fight.